This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, spring sports takes center stage, and we have the highlights for exciting league and non-league matchups. You'll see top-ranked Wood Creek take on Granite Bay, Central Catholic face Gregory, and Jesuit battle Davis.
Softball features Oak Ridge and Del Oro. Boys volleyball has Weston Ranch taking on Ripon Christian, plus the story of the Pittman baseball player and the long road he faced to play this season. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We start tonight in Antelope, where the Antelope Titans open up league play taking on Roseville. The Titans return many players from last year's team, including twins Aiden and Eric Sinor, who combined hit for 45 RBIs last year.
Roseville finished in second place in the Capital Valley Conference last season. Brady Ronaldo hit .291 last year while earning a 2.24 ERA. Roseville and Antelope for the start of CVC play. Game 3 of the series played on Friday.
Brian Mueller here at Antelope Friday afternoon as the Titans try to avoid a Roseville sweep on their home field, finale of a 3-game set, but it's the Tigers striking first. This pitch up and away, Brady Ronaldo scores on the wild pitch, and it's 1-0 in the first. Later in the inning, Roseville with runners on the corners, Jaden Treadwell gobbles up this grounder, gets the out at second, but another run scores, and the Tigers lead 2-0. But the Titans have something going in the second and third, one out for Isaiah Busoff. And it's a swinging bunt down the line. He'd be out if this were wiffle ball, but it's not. Eric Sinor scores, and it's 2-1. Then Ethan Palumbo gets the job done, a ground out to short, and that scores the tying run. It's a new ball game at 2-2. Antelope looking for more next inning with 2 on. Sinor rips this through the infield. Here comes Seth Bemowski with a go-ahead run, and the Titans are on top 3-2. An utterly clutch base hit for Sinor. Antelope will get another run on an error. So it's 4-2 now, bottom 5. Here's Sinor again, milking every run he can out of his at-bats. Singles through the right side. Isaiah Estrada comes on down, and it's 5-2. But the Tigers are far from done. They have 2 on in the 6th. Ronaldo goes oppo to right. That plates Cyrus Young to make it 5-3. Titans trying to get out of the inning, but can't make the play here. A run scores, and the Antelope lead is down to a run. Andrew Lockhart pitched the final 3 innings. He's trying to get the final out in the 7th, and he does just that with a K. And for the first time in school history, the Titans beat Roseville on the diamond, 5-4 the final.
Nick Pecoraro here. Rosemont and Florin playing a doubleheader Friday afternoon. We've got action from Game 1. Here we go. Top 1, Rosemont already up 2-0 when Garrett Nurr rips a double into left field. Amari Lum scores and the Wolverines lead 4-0 after 1. But the Panthers chip away as Jesse Johnson beats out an infield grounder, and Florin gets 2 back in the bottom half. Top of the second now, runners on for Diego Anguiano. He punches one into center field. Jordan Wright and Aiden Wohlers come around to score, and it's 6-2 Rosemont. Bottom 2, big inning for the Panthers. It all starts with a bases-loaded walk to Manny Maxwell. That brings home Mason McNaney. Hey, any way you can get a rally started. Jalen Johnson keeps it going. He shoots one into right field as Aiden Lockhart comes in to score, and it's 6-4. Next batter, Derek Smith grounds into a fielder's choice, but that plates another run, and it's 6-5. Chip away. One batter later, Martin Vega puts it out where no one's playing, and Derek Smith comes in to score. Vega with a double. A 6 spot for Florin gives the Panthers an 8-6 lead. The Florin starter, Derek Smith, with a shutdown inning in the 3rd. He had 5 Ks on Friday. And check out Smith on the bases now in the 4th. 1st and 3rd, a design delayed steal, but Smith is just taking a stroll. That throws everybody off. The errant throw allows Jalen Johnson to score. Smith moves to 3rd, and it's 9-6 Florin. 2 batters later, Mason McNaney lays down a safety squeeze. The throw to first allows Jesse Johnson to come home. Another 6-run frame for the Panthers. Bottom 5 now, Florin looking for the run rule victory. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Aiden Lockhart. The throw gets away. Angelo Carlos Tepete scores, and Florin just needs one more run to end the game. And they get it on a wild pitch as McNaney races home. The Panthers win in walk-off style. They win Game 1 of the doubleheader 16-6 in 5.
Pre-game plate meeting between Intercom and River City in a non-league showdown. River City is in the white pants, and on the second pitch of the game, Janisa Vasquez is going to get him dirty as she lays out right to make the grab. But Intercom would rally after the play and add 4 runs in the first. Brooke Tillenhaas shoots one up the middle of the center. RC's Jazz Ochoa gets the ball in. Alexandra comes in to score. Maddie Godina throws out the runner at second. Nikki Garcia comes in to score from third, and Intercom leads. In the bottom half of the first, River City is chasing 4. Godina pieces this ball over the center fielder's head. That allows Alexia Minkin to motor all the way around from first to score. Intercom leads. And the next batter is Lilia Macias, grounds to third. The Tigers' Brooke Abush makes a nice throw to first for the out. Godina takes off from third and is safe at the plate. Maddie makes it 4-2 ball game. In the second inning, Isabella Jimenez shaking her groove thing on second. Garcia smacks a single right, and that's going to play Isabella, and the Tigers lead at 5-2. Then Emily Yacobu singles past the infield and into the grass and left. That's going to bring in 2 more as Brooke Tillenhaas and Garcia score. 8-2 Tigers lead. We skip ahead to the 5th. Tigers up 11-2. With Latigue on first, Sam Stoll plays wall ball, drilling this pitch all the way to the fence. Annalisa on her horse, well, actually she's strolling her way in to score, and the Tigers win this one in 5. 13-2 is your final. Garcia for Intercom was way too hot to handle. 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs.
Ian Olsen here, bringing you the boys volleyball matchup between Mira Loma and Oakmont. First set, after an overhead dig from Harrison, Hauser controls it for Oakmont. George Bullion sets to Ethan Blomquist, who spikes it for the kill. Matthew Fulton follows by keeping it alive for the Vikings. Hauser sets it cross court, and Bullion puts it away, helping Oakmont claim their first set. Second set now. Hauser sets up Troy Maxim, and look out, the sophomore drills it down the middle. After Mira Loma takes the second set lead, Ian Melvin responds, taking Hauser's set and smashing it cross court to tie the score. Bullion follows for Oakmont, passing to Hauser, who returns the favor, and Bullion's kill puts the Vikings back in front. But Mira Loma refuses to quit. Conger Denebold sets up Arda Asimis, and the hitter's down ball goes to the ground for a Matador point. Erdenebold follows with some behind-the-head action, redirecting Ethan Chang's pass to find the floor. With the teams tied at a set apiece, Bullion sparks a rally for the Vikings by teeing one up. Say goodbye to that one. Maxim follows by taking Hauser's set and putting it down, helping Oakmont go up 2-1. Fourth set now, and the Vikings continue their balanced attack. Bullion controls it on the back line, and Gavin Howes finishes the point with the... And Terraman denies a hit for Mira Loma and sends it across to narrow the Viking lead. But Maxim responds by receiving Hauser's set and putting it away, giving the Vikings a 16-10 advantage. An ace by Fulton on his next serve continued the Oakmont rally, on their way to winning the fourth set and earning the win, improving to 3-1 on the year.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Aria Fox from Bret Hart. The Bullfrogs girls basketball team was the only team from the Sac Joaquin section to win a state title last week. Aria had a double-double performance, scoring 22 points and grabbing 15 rebounds, leading her team to its first ever state title.
Congratulations. Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Jordan Lee from St. Mary's. The Rams fell just short of a NorCal title, but Jordan put up some career numbers in the game, scoring a career-high 47 points. The highly recruited guard and strong forward is only a junior. Jordan Lee and Aria Fox, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip, powered by SMUD.
Hi, I'm Leah Nelson from Grant Union High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Use automatic computer sleep and hibernate modes to help reduce wasted energy consumption. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower electric game, Monterey Trail takes on River City on the baseball diamond.
Then Casa Roble and Wood Creek in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF9ers, we just win. SF9ers, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
We're back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game. The River City Raiders are coming off a second-place finish in the Metropolitan Conference. The Raiders opening up league play with a 2-game series against Monterey Trail.
The Mustangs return some young talent for the 2023 season. Our Nick Pecoraro tells us all about it in our first SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here with some SunPower Electric baseball. You know, teams like River City and Monterey Trail have been eagerly awaiting this rain to subside, and we finally got some sunshine so we can get started with Metro League play. Monterey Trail comes in at 3-0 for just the second time in school history, outscoring opponents 42-10. Senior Moses Baca leads the team with 6 RBIs, while junior Mario Navarro is 2-0 with a .7 ERA on the mound. River City returns 10 players from last year's playoff team, including 3 of their top 5 hitters in J.J. Torrente, Bryce Sabatke, and Tyson Mayberry. So we're at River City, but Monterey Trail is the home team in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Bottom 1, some defense for you. Shortstop Bryce Sabatke with the backhand stab and a strike to first baseman Jacob Mendez. Nice play, Bryce. We're scoreless in the second until Daniel Macias flips a ball into shallow right field. That scores 2, but the Raiders aren't done just yet. 2 on now for catcher Nate Petz, who skies it out to left field. That ball's going to roll all the way to the fence. 2 more score, and River City's up 4-0. Sophomore Nicky Rodriguez follows with a shutdown inning and one of his 3 strikeouts. MT gets one back in the third, but a big inning for the Raiders in the top of the 4th. Matt Patero leads off with a single, and then Mendez reaches on a hard liner down the third base line, and then 3 batters later, Nate Petz drives in his 3rd run of the day, and it's 5-1. Tyson Mayberry now drives one into right, and that scores J.J. Torrente, and now it's Bryce Sabatke's turn. He ropes one out to left to score 2 more, and River City's coming down with a case of the RBitis. The contagious hitting continues as Nicky Rodriguez helps himself. The pitcher went 3 for 4 at the dish, and now it's Donovan Coleman's turn. 6 straight hits for River City and a 6-run 4th makes it 10-1 Raiders. But I did mention that Monterey Trail can score in bunches as well. Mario Navarro trying to help his own cause. He went 3 for 3 at the plate with an RBI. And then Christian Coronado ropes an RBI double down the right field line, and that makes it 10-5 after 5. But River City adds on 2 more in the 6th, the last one coming off a sac fly from Donovan Coleman. And the Raiders win the first game of the doubleheader 12-5. River City has big goals for the Metro League.
I think just not letting that one inning get out of hand, that's something that plagues us so much, and I think just having the resilience to get out there and buckle down and keep the runs at bay. We're coming for league. We let it slip away last year, and it's not going to happen this year.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Wood Creek taking on Casa Roble on St. Patrick's Day. Love the green, ladies. Bottom of the first, cast it down early, but they get on the board here. A solid single by Savannah Hayes right back up the box. That's going to score. Zaria Yee from second, Rams down 3-1. In the second inning now, Wood Creek looking to add to that lead. Chloe Pruce smacks the pitch down the line. That's going to allow Elizabeth Popik to score all the way from first, 4-1. Next batter is Darcy Miller, and she pokes the pitch to right field. Pruce scores from second, and it's a 5-1 ball game. Nothing shaken until the fifth with one on. Pruce lifts a deep fly to the wall in left center, and it's gone. A 2-run shot for Chloe Pruce, and the Timberwolves go up by 6. In the bottom half of the 6th, Castle responds. With 2 on for Sophie Newcomb, she sends the ball deep to left center. Coach slams the brakes on Tabitha Olson, but Riley Myers is able to score on the play, and it's now a 7-2 ball game. In the 7th now, Wood Creek has 2 ladies on base. Sophie Peltzman grounds the ball to short. Casas Lily Leslie makes the play, and that's out at first. Anna Peltzman comes in to score. T-Wolves go up 8-2. Same inning, runners on the corners for who else? Pruce, and again she comes through with a solid single up the middle. That scores Miller, and the T-Wolves lead grows to 7. Next batter, Aya Jones, and she sends the ball where it came from, back up the box. To center it goes. Malia Lawson motors around from second to score, and that would do it. Wood Creek Timberwolves win on the road 10-4.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's health tip.
A concussion is a brain injury typically caused by a direct hit to the head, face, or neck. There are over 3 million reported sports-related concussions per year. Football, wrestling, soccer, and basketball players are at the highest risk. A prior concussion puts you at anywhere from 2 to 8 times the risk of having another concussion. You don't need to be knocked unconscious to have a concussion. A headache is the most common symptom, but also dizziness, loss of balance, nausea, visual changes, confusion, or difficulty concentrating can also occur. If you suffer a concussion, you should not return to play the same day. Return to play must be cleared by your athletic trainer or doctor.
Coming up, Central Catholic takes on crosstown opponent Gregory.
But first, take a look at our first Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Excellent and quick service.
Employees are so friendly, they ensure that you get what you need.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove. We're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, lease a new 2023 Toyota Camry for $379 a month. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Swung on a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps on, and Bryce Johnson. Right field is looking up. Is Martin, and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
Central Catholic is coming off a Valley Oak League championship. The Raiders finished last year with a 22-10 record and features junior Tyler Paul Wentworth. TP is a left-handed pitcher and leadoff hitter. He led the Raiders with a .459 average last year.
Gregory comes into the week with a 4-1 record. Grant Veneman looks to go to 3-0 on the mound for the Tigers this season. The game played at Gregory on Wednesday afternoon. Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Gregory looks to snag a league title in the CCAL, taking on the defending VOL League champs, Central Catholic. The Raiders have a runner on first in the top of the first. Joel Roberts smacks a base hit through the left side, putting runners on first and second for Seth Van Dyke. Seth, the slow dribbler, gets past the pitcher, Felix Dacklin, with a great play at short, but Van Dyke beats the throw, and the bases are all loaded up. Grant Veneman on the mound for Gregory. He gets out of the jam with the strikeout, and it remains scoreless heading into the bottom of the inning. Paul Contreras comes up with 2 outs and blasts the ball the opposite way. It one-hops the fence and Paul can fly. He legs out a stand-up triple and would later score on a wild pitch to get his team on the board. Bottom of the second now, 2 runners in scoring position for Declan, and Felix rips it through the left side. That shot brings in Dominic Joseph and Lance Eastman to make it 3-0 Gregory. A few batters later, the bases are loaded when Tyler Hartzell slaps a pitch down the left field line. The ball lands just fair, and that is trouble. And with the 2-out jump, all 3 runners score. Hartzell with the bases clearing double, and Gregory now has the 7-0 lead. Declan with a runner on third in the bottom of the third hits a high fly ball to left. Xavier Deep sets up for the play at the plate. A nice relay from the Raiders. Nando Alanis applies the tag, but Eastman dives in safely. The Raiders get a pair of runners on the corners in the fourth and put on the steal. The ball sails into center. Roberts strolls in for CC's first score, but Gregory's bats aren't done yet. Trinity Beeland with a hard line drive to the opposite field. That ball got out there in a hurry. Contreras into third, Beeland with the double, and then Dominic Joseph drives both of them home on the hard single to center. The Jags go up 13-1 in the top of the 5th. Run rule is in effect. Raiders need 3 to keep the game going, but Veneman gets the 1-2-3 inning. He throws all 5, allowing just 3 hits and no earned runs. We talked to Grant after the win.
Everything was going right, it seemed like. The defense was working behind me. I had all 3 pitches. I had pretty good command, and we got a real high ceiling this year. We got a lot of talent. It means a lot.
Pittman High senior Brock Fanconi has waited what seems like an eternity for his senior baseball season.
Our Nick Pecoraro has the story of the long road to recovery towards Brock's senior season with the Pride.
Springtime. It's a time of great anticipation and excitement on baseball fields across the country. But for one player in particular at Pittman High School in Turlock.
That was gas. There it is.
The anticipation is palpable. It's been nearly 3 full years since senior Brock Fanconi has been able to play baseball competitively.
We had 4 games my freshman year, and then COVID hit.
With sports shut down in the spring of 2020, Brock set his focus on the following basketball season.
I was just kind of practicing basketball for 3 months straight, didn't really give my body a rest, and I got injured during COVID just playing outside with my friends, and it was an ACL tear, so I was out for probably a year just because during COVID, like, surgery was hard to come by.
Brock missed his entire sophomore year in both sports, and when he finally made his return for fall basketball before his junior season.
My first tournament, actually, within the first 4 games, the last game of the tournament, I tore my ACL again, along with my meniscus.
That takes a toll on a person, especially when you've come off a really good freshman season, and then you have expectations of how the next 3 years are going to go for you, and then have that come to a halt. It's kind of hard mentally and along with physically to get through that.
That was definitely hard for me because before I got hurt, I was like the most confident kid ever. I was cocky for sure. I was averaging like over 20 points a game, and I was a scorer for sure. And then baseball, before I got hurt, I was around like 81 to 83 velocity-wise. It was really hard for them to hit velocity like that, so.
After repeat injuries to the same knee, Brock was finally cleared to play basketball last November, but upon returning, he felt he didn't have the same bounce in his step, literally or figuratively.
It was nerve-wracking. I just couldn't play like myself, and I didn't have the confidence that I used to have. Being hurt twice, I was always thinking about coming out here because like that was my main goal this year, to make it to baseball season. So when I had the ball, I was just kind of hesitant. And along with when I got rebounds and made like quick shifts, like I just had to think, do you really want to move this quickly? Because if you do, you might end up getting hurt again.
Even though the basketball part might not have been at a level that he wanted to play at, I think he grew as a person to a level I don't think he realized he could become. And just a stabilizer too with the guys, talking to them about different things, how to cheer themselves up. along with, I think he grew his empathy for people because of what he went through and what he got identified when people are struggling, which ended up being a very strong point for us.
With a postseason basketball push now in the rear view, Brock is focused on regaining that mobility and confidence on the pitcher's mound.
Obviously, just pitching-wise, your lower body is your foundation. When you think of your pitching mechanics, that's that start of that foundation, that kinetic chain, and, gaining that acceleration and that momentum down the slope. So your lower half's an essential part of your motion. Even though he hasn't played in a while, it doesn't look like he's missed too much. I think he'll bounce back fairly quickly. And I could see him contributing, a lot for us on the mound. I think he's taken it all in. I think he's just excited to be part of the program and be back out here.
It's definitely taught me humility. I think that I was overly confident with myself, and that's probably just God trying to teach me something that, you're not always going to have the opportunity to play sports, and two, there's a whole bunch of competition out there and you just got to put your head down and just work hard. After high school, I want to give myself a chance to catch up for the 2 years I missed and go play baseball somewhere and try to gain back what I lost. That's always been the dream, and that's what I want to do.
Reporting from Turlock, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
So far, so good this season. Entering the week, Brock had only pitched in one game, but he struck out 3 in an inning and 2/3 allowed 0 earned runs. He is off to a great start.
Sounds great. Outstanding. Coming up, the mattress firm Perfect Match top-ranked Wood Creek takes on Granite Bay.
Then it's Jesuit and Folsom in boys volleyball, but first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the 12 Bridges dance team.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. Our Mattress Firm Perfect Match this week features 2 of the top teams in the section facing off in a non-league matchup. Wood Creek enters the week as one of our top teams on our top 10 poll. The Timberwolves are filled 1 through 9 with talent. Connor Barth is committed to Oregon State as a junior.
Very good. Granite Bay's Chase Bentley is a Texas A&M commit. The right-handed pitcher has allowed no earned runs and struck out 8 in 5 innings of work this season. Granite Bay playing host to the mighty Timberwolves in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Wood Creek, our #1 team heading into the week. Let's see if Granite Bay can dethrone the top dog. Chase Bentley puts him down in order in the top of the first. Good start for the Texas A&M commit. Granite Bay with a runner on third in the bottom of the second. Jack Stannard with a high fly ball to right center, and that is deep enough to score Cody Ferrante on the sac fly. The Grizzlies go up 1-0. Wood Creek starter Isaac Hawthorne gets out of the inning with the strikeout. Both teams are hitless heading into the fourth frame. Mason Ferris trying to grab that first hit for the Timberwolves, but Christian Shivo takes it away with a nice sliding catch in center field. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Jacob Garcia shows bunt, tries to get a base knock the short way, and Garcia comes up safe at first. That goes into the books as the first hit of the game. But Hawthorne allows no more hits other than that, going 4 innings, giving up just that 1 hit and 1 run. The first hit out of the infield comes from the bat of Aiden Ferrante. That's a base hit to shallow left. Later on, there's a runner on third for Shivo. This is a pop-up into shallow right. Is it deep enough to score Peter Caldera from third? It's a close one, but it sure is deep enough. Granite Bay takes the 2-run lead. Top of the 6th, this is going to be the first hit for Wood Creek. That is Ethan Louie with a base knock. So Bentley takes a no-no through 5. He gets out of the inning unscathed. Granite Bay looking to cushion that lead in the bottom of the inning. But the double play goes Wyatt Harris to Dylan Green to Hawthorne. The Timberwolves head back into the dugout. They get 3 more outs to turn this game around, but Bentley does what he was doing all game. Another 3 up, 3 down inning, and the Grizzlies making a run for the number 1 spot in our top 10 polls. Here's Chase Bentley after that 1-hit shutout.
We knew we had to play a really good game today because obviously that Wood Creek team is really good, Coming off of a section championship last year, we just wanted to get back on our high horse, Got a good win today, so hopefully we can just keep the energy moving on forward.
Gary reporting here with Jesuit Boys Volleyball will be taking on Folsom High School. Let's get started with Basim Khalif with the serve and connecting with that ace. 4-1, Folsom leads. Then it's Merk Ubag sending it to Stefan Stratton, who kills that ball and gets a point for the Bulldogs. However, Jesuit answers back with Colin Marks, sending it to Vince Simon. 15-14, Jesuit now leads. More Marks, but this time he sends to Griffin Hurd, who slams that point home. Now it's Marks sent to John Downey. He brings the power on that kill. 25-19, Jesuit takes set 1. Set 2, Anish Balakrishnan digs it, and Ryan Titus hits that down the middle for the point. 4-1, Folsom leads. Next is Kaiser, Bowen to Ubag, back to Bowen for the sweet kill. But Marks sets it to Simon, who gets that ball through 2 defenders for the point. 18-11, Jesuit leads. Then it's Lorenzo Crosal, sets to Marks, who passes Simon for the quick tap and kill. More Jesuit. It's Crosal to Marks to Downey, who flies high for the kill. 25-16, Jesuit takes set 2. Set 3 now, Marks to Simon, but this time denied by Folsom Jeffrey Penningill. We're all tied up at 6. Marks to Seaman again, but this time it's a thunderous kill by Simon. Jesuit is on fire right now. Now some give and go action from Mark to Keegan McManus. 21-11, Jesuit leads. Finally, it's Balakrishnan sending it over, but Simon is right there to dagger that point home. 25-11, Jesuit takes set 3. Jesuit wins the game 3-0 and moved to 12-1 on the season.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
This week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Annalise Silvera from Escalon. Annalise is a part of the ASB leadership team at Escalon. She is also part of the Art Club and is involved in the EMT and Fire Science program. Annalise Silvera, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight. Coming up, Oak Ridge takes on Del Oro in softball.
Then it's St. Francis and Christian Brothers in girls lacrosse. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
The Del Oro softball team is coming off a section championship. Gabby Enyart is a very talented junior, entering the week with 5 RBI in 2 games. The Golden Eagles have 8 section titles as a program. The only 2 programs to have more is Sheldon and Oak Ridge.
Wow, Oak Ridge coming into this week with a 2-1 record. Sophomore Ellison Schroeder is the only pitcher to throw this season, striking out 32 batters in 20 innings. Oak Ridge facing Del Oro on Thursday.
It's a nice day out in Loomis as the Golden Eagles host a young but up-and-coming Oak Ridge Trojans team, and it's their league opener. Top of the first we go as Oak Ridge has runners on the corners with 2 outs. Emery Glasser shoots the pitch up the middle for a single. That scores Gio Alamont from third, but there's Gabby Enyart in center, and she throws out the runner trying to advance to third. That ends the inning, but the Trojans lead 1-0. In the next few innings, we're all about the pitchers. Daniela Morales settles down and gets the whiff, But then Ellison Schroeder was just as effective for Oak Ridge as the sophomore quiets the Golden Eagles' bats. Oak Ridge held on to the lead here in the third thanks to nice plays like this made by Jessica Selenice going all out to make the grab down the line. But in the fourth, that all changed. Morgan go lightly on third, and Kate Brown at the bat. She grounds the third. The throw is off the line, but Brown is safe, and Morgan comes in to score, and we're all tied at 1. Del Oro's in trouble in the fifth, 2-on for the Trojans, and the ball gets away from the catcher. Kate Brown hustles after, flips it to Morello's covering at home, and they just get the out to end the inning. Game stays tied at 1. Oak Ridge threatening again in the sixth. This time they cash in. Brooklyn Paratori dumps the pitch into center field for a hit. Alamont comes in to score, and here comes Carly Short scooting around third, and she is in. Trojans lead it 3-1. Couple batters later, Kaiden Walker rocks into this pitch and sends it to the windows, to the walls. This baby's a gapper. Glasser, Paratori, and Sam Kettleman all score, and it's now 6-1 ball game. Make it 7-1 when Selenice keeps her hands back, waits for the pitch, and puts it in play. She hustles down the line. She's safe, and on the play, Walker trots in to score, and that would do it. Oak Ridge looking very strong on the road. They win by 6. Schroeder goes the distance, getting the win for the Trojans.
Christian Brothers girls lacrosse hosting St. Francis Monday night. We got in nearly an entire game without rain. Carly Okamoto feeds Elizabeth Barger, and Barger gets that bounce shot to go for the first score of the game. Brinley Hodge trying to get to the net. She takes a shot with her left, but there for the save is keeper Mackenzie Sanchez. She gets her net on it, but Hodge just a monster on the turf in this one. Watch her make her way around the defense, cutting to her left and getting a wide open look. 2-0 St. Francis. The Troubadours with the 3-0 lead with 18 minutes left in the first half. Savannah Castillo tries to find her opening. Castillo shoots down low, and the shot is good for the Falcons' first goal of the game. The Troubies continue to go pedal to the metal. Hodge driving, has 3 defenders in front of her. The underhand shot, and you can count it. St. Francis begins to develop a sizable lead. Truby keeper Havana Sperber gets the save. St. Francis goes on to score 7 unanswered goals. Watch the master go to work. Hodge dodging and weaving. And this time Brinley finishes with her left. Impressive shot there. Brinley scores 8 of her team's 18 goals in this one. Christian Brothers would score twice more in the second half. This is Tara Cooper's 12th goal of the year. That leads the Falcons, but St. Francis runs away with this one. Kira Miles caps off the highlights. The Troubadours move to 3-2 on the year. Hodge with the game-high 8 goals, also tacking on 2 assists.
It's time for some Monday night lacrosse action between Roseville and Bella Vista. With Roseville trailing by a goal, Owen Walker stops on a dime, creating space for a shot, which he skips in to tie the score. Later in the first quarter, Walker comes in with a full head of steam, dodges a defender, and buries it in the back of the net, putting the Tigers up 3-2. Second quarter now, Kayla Simpson gets past the defender and shoots on the run, finishing the goal in traffic to tie the game at 3. But after winning the faceoff, Walker goes straight for the goal, dodging a couple defenders before slinging it home for a 9-second score that retakes the lead. Lincoln Crow gets the pass from Zach Minear, turns, fires, and boosts Roseville's lead to 2 before the half. Second half now, and Walker is still the man for the Tigers. The senior captain travels around the goal to get space before nestling it into the top of the net. Later in the quarter, Joseph Thomas feeds Max Morris, who launches it past the keeper for an upper 90 goal, bringing the Broncos within 1. Late in the quarter, Thomas takes a pass from Mateo Palenko and shoots it in to tie the game. Early in the fourth, a jumping save by River Kinley keeps the game tied at 7. On Roseville's next possession, Finn Bradford gets under his man and muscles his way inside to bounce it past the keeper and break the tie, 8-7 Tigers. With under 3 minutes, Thomas Lonnie cuts and shoots it low, sneaking it past the goalie to knot things up again. With 2 seconds left, Devin Forgy launches from deep and finds the top shelf to end the game. Roseville improves to 3-0 on the sidewinding winner, powered by 6 goals from Walker.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac-Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Nolan Stevens from Franklin, the outstanding pitcher and position player committed to play at Mississippi State last year following the Bulldogs' 2021 NCAA National Championship.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, Weston Ranch and Ripon Christian take to the court in boys volleyball.
Then it's Rio Americano and Vista del Lago. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
Who's there?
he can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF Niners, we just win. SF Niners, we just win. I'm from that field. I'm from that field. I'm from that field.
Two undefeated boys volleyball teams square off in our second SunPower Electric game. Western Ranch beat defending Division III champion Lathrop to go to 5-0 on the season.
Ripon Christian is coming off a Division IV section title, a great non-league matchup in the early weeks of the season. Our Brian Mueller was there in Ripon for the SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, Ripon Christian is nearing full strength after much of their team was preoccupied on the basketball side of things with a deep playoff run as of last week. Now these volleyball Knights know a thing or two about postseason success as well. They're coming off a year in which they were crowned D4 NorCal champions. Their opponent, Western Ranch, is young but rising. They're off to a 5-0 start, and it is our SunPower Electric game. The Cougars have a heavy hitter in junior Abraham Palacios, averaging 3.5 kills a set for Weston Ranch. As for RC, all-area hitter and setter Justin Hoffman is one of those guys fresh off the hoop season who will be a difference maker for the Knights. Ripon Christian returning nearly everyone from that title team from a year ago. First set, Mason Tamerling handles the serve, then Preston Zedervart sets up Josiah Reif for the smackdown. Ripon would cruise in the first set 25-14. To the second, Eleazar Nava one-hands this to James Galasanga, then back to Nava, and that's too hot to handle for RC. Cougars up 20-18. Some extra points being played in this set. It's 25-24 Western Ranch. Reif with a great try to extend the set, but it's just off the mark, and we are tied at a set apiece. Third set, Nava sets it for Palacios, who just spikes this off the net. Good enough for a point, and the Cougars lead 10-4. But the Knights would come rip-roaring back for a set point. Tamerling the dig, Hoffman the Joel Van Groningen, and he secures the set for the Knights 25-20. Fourth set, Ripon in command up 17-14. Check out a trio of one-hand digs from Hoffman, Varney, and Josh Miller, but that doesn't impress Angel Vasquez. He calmly gets a kill, and the Cougars trail 17-15. They now have set point at 24-23. It's Diego Montes ahead to Nava, then Galasanga hits him with the changeup, and the Cougars have tied the match at 2. We're going the distance to a fifth set. It's looking good for RC early on. Miller gets denied the first time, but Varney and Zedervart reloaded for him, and this time Miller finishes. Knights lead 10-6, but the Cougars come back for a set point at 16-15. Hoffman hits this hard and in, a clutch kill, and we're tied at 16. But Western Ranch, another set point. Nava confounded the Knights all night with his serve. A valiant effort by Ripon, but they can't return it, and Western Ranch gets a huge win, 3-2 over the defending champs. Nava talked about his team's confidence level after the game.
It's really boosting it. Right now we're on a 6-0 win streak, and I think we're going to take it to our new league, SJAA.
Reporting in Ripon for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
We stay in the gym for Capital Athletic League play. Rio Americano and Vista del Lago both 3-0 coming into Wednesday. First set, Grayson Albers sets the tone for Rio Americano, and then it's Crew Burt taking a turn, showing off a little finesse for the Rio point. Vista sophomore Joshua Chitrapu playing some nice defense at the net, but the first set belonged to the Raiders as Shane Newberry sets Xander Harrington, and Rio rolls 25-11 after one. To the second now, Newberry on the serve. He had his fastball working as Rio is off to another hot start. Newberry now feeding Albers, who hammers it straight down. Albers led the Raiders with 9 kills on Wednesday. Rio still in attack mode, but Jesse Laschuk sends it right back to where it came from. And then his sophomore buddy Matthew Francesconi getting into the scoring column as Vista keeps it close early in the set. But Rio goes on a 6-0 run sparked by Albers, a tough shot to stop when it's going straight down, and the Raiders close the set with Newberry hanging and Harrington banging, 25-20 Rio. But Vista starts cooking in the third. First on the defensive side, Chitrapu with another big stop at the net, and then Laschuk just lashes out on this swing, and the Eagles have their first lead of the match. Vista still working, Chitrapu with the heater off the feed from Cy Schroeder, and the Eagles are up 21-20, but the Raiders are looking for a sweep still. Vista has set point, but Albers can play a little D2, and that sends it to extra points. And Albers says, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this thing off right here. A bit softer, but just as effective. And Rio moves to 4-0 in league play.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Cruz Burries from the Edison basketball team. The 6'7" captain of the Seoul Vikes sports a 3.9 GPA.
Coming up, Jesuit and Davis open up Delta League play.
And then Roseville and Antelope in boys volleyball. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Jesuit and Davis were able to sneak in game 1 of the 3-game series to open up league play this week. Davis winning that game 6-0 behind a 5-inning 4-hit shutout from the Blue Devils' Brian Chin.
Jesuit looks to even up the series in game 2. Freshman Sammy Kane is having a great start to his high school career. Game 2 played at Jesuit on Wednesday.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Jesuit Wednesday afternoon. The Marauders hosting Davis, who has former Major League reliever Randy Choate on staff. And you know, a former pitcher likes to see some good defense being played out there by his Blue Devils. The Marauders with 2 on when Salacia Campos makes a diving catch on a pop-up. That's the first out of the inning. Then Andrew Keegan picks off this low liner and gets the double play at second. We are scoreless after 1. To the 4th now. Davis threatening with 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Tyler Vargas gets the K, but after a pop-up and a walk, Davis now has the bases loaded, and John Churchward works a walk to bring in the first run of the game. The Blue Devils will get 2 more walks to make it 3-0. But the inning could have been bigger for the Blue Devils. Cohen Karsten hits this deep to left, but Eric Jensen has it tracked all the way and comes up with a clutch catch to stop the bleeding. Marauders continuing to get some good defense in the 5th. Sammy Kane with a diving stop at 3rd gets up and gets the outs. Jesuit has yet to give up a hit, but they still trail by 3. But maybe not for long. Marauders have something marinating in the 6th with 2 on and 1 out. The ball hit to center, out there. The runner tags from second. The throw bounces off of him. A nice job by Keaton Carpenter to back it up because the other runner is trying to take second and Carpenter cuts him down. Another inning-ending double play for Davis. Jesuit down to their last out in the 7th, but Michael Granrud is the tying run at the plate and draws a walk to load the bases. The Blue Devils bring in Rayan Islam to get the final out, and he gets a pop-up. Carter Stoltz squeezes it. Davis only gets 2 hits, but they ride their pitching and defense to a 3-0 win and take the first 2 games of the 3-game set.
It's an intense one in Antelope, keeping the fans out of their seats as the Roseville Tigers come into town. Big early season league matchup. Roseville leading early in the first set. Here's why. Thanks to players like this, Gannon Connors to Nolan Spenkler, over to Ben Bassarab, whose shot cannot be stopped. Then it's Spenker bumping it over to Connors for the back row winner, and that's a great looking shot for the Roseville junior. Antelope builds a comeback and takes the lead 19-18. Here's why. Andriy Brutsky Stepaskovi, this kills, that's too hot to handle. Then Daniel Gloshkin for the Titans sets it outside to Mike Mordoskiv, who puts this sucker away with a corner shot, and Antelope comes back and takes the first set. In the second set, Antelope with their big hitter, and that's Caden Hutcherson, who gets up and puts this kill away. Caden starts the second set red hot, smash after smash. Roseville with the timeout makes an adjustment and moves Parker Pendon over to the roof, and that slows the Titans' attack for a bit. Antelope adjusted back as Hutcherson sets up Glushkin, whose back set is for Rumvin Tashahajian, and his smash is on point for the kill, and the second set win for the Titans. Roseville jumping out to an early third set lead. Bassarab over to Jay Bassarini, who's able to fight this one through the Titans defense and get the point for the Tigers. Antelope regains the lead late in the third and holds on to it for good as Hutcherson over to Glushkin, and a nice hit to Isaac Kessler for the kill. After a long rally on match point for Antelope, Glushkin over to the outside, and that's where Austin Lego Estevez is there for the finishing touch, and the Titans stay undefeated league and take the match 3-0.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports coverage. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube site where you can find all of the highlights aired on the show.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week, but maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
The Sacramento River Cats join us as a sponsor of the Play of the Week. The San Francisco Giants AAA program will also be hosting our end of the season awards ceremony for all of our players of the year. That's at Sutter Health Park on May 28th.
Looking forward to that. Our Mark Willis will list off a few contenders and then announce the winner of the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Here we go. Oak Ridge's Jessica Salanine going all out to make the dive and catch. Check out who's in center. If you don't know, now you know. Gabby Inyart of Del Oro. You can't run on her. Then Janessa Vasquez of River City. This diving catch in right. Christian Chavo with the sliding catch actually traps it off his chest for Granite Bay. But the play of the week goes to Eric Jensen of Jesuit. This shot heard around the world, deep to left. He reaches overhead, makes a great catch. That's hard to do, says my co-worker, Brian Mueller. And hey, Eric, you get the play of the week.
That's the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Be sure to join us next week when we'll update you on Tristan Castro, the Vanden baseball player battling with cancer. See you next week.